You shot up from the bed, drenched in sweat, your chest heaved with rapid breaths, hands gripping the sheets like they were your only anchor to this reality. Your eyes darted around in the dark, your heart still thudding violently in your ribcage. The room was silent, the nightmare still clung to your skin like a wet cloth. You had seen her again, your mother, Mina, blood at the corner of her mouth, her trembling lips whispering something you couldn't hear. You covered your face with your hands and tried to breathe. It's just a dream, but it didn't feel like it. It felt like something was clawing at the back of your mind, refusing to let you rest. You turned your side, grabbing your phone. Now, new messages, no missed calls from Sam. Again, you sigh. Come on, Sam, just text back. You dialed his number again, putting it to your ear, hoping maybe this time switched off. You cursed under your breath, dropping the phone beside you. Are you serious? Why would you keep it off for so long, dumbass? You glanced at the time, 4:08 a.m. Sleep was nowhere to be found, so you sat up, pulled your laptop onto your lap, and opened it. The blue glow of the screen illuminated your tired face as you surfed absent mindedly through the internet, scrolling, until something caught your eye. A blog, the another, then a third thread of articles, all by the same name, Raina G, a respected female journalist who had apparently dedicated the last 9 years to writing about one elusive criminal, JK. You blinked, curiosity quickly overtaking exhaustion. You clicked and started reading it. No photos, no records, but a name that turns even mafia bosses pale. JK, the ghost king of Korea's underworld. He's been hiding in plain sight for over 13 years. Nobody knows what he looks like, something he doesn't exist, but the body says otherwise. You kept reading. Each blog unrevealed more horror. Illegal arms trading, government data breaches, silent associations, mafia takeovers, money laundering on an international scale. You swallowed and then you saw the line. Every major gang in Korea falls under JK's network. He doesn't lead a gang, he leads the entire underworld. No confirmed victims, but dozens of disappearances connected to JK's trail. If he is real, he's been untouchable. You leaned back in your bed, face pale. Your hands trembled slightly as you whispered to yourself, "No way." Your mind began to connect dots you didn't even want to admit were there. JK, Jungkook. You laughed nervously. "Stop it," you whispered to yourself. "You are being delusional." You shook your head and rubbed your temples. "This is nonsense. You are making up stories in your own head. There's no proof, and father, he would never." A knock snapped you out of your thoughts. No, not a knock. The door creaked open. You flinched, instinctively closing the browser. Wyatt, Jungkook's voice, soft, familiar, warm. You let out a breath and glanced up. He stood at the doorway in a loose black sweatshirt and grey sweats, hair slightly tousled, looking every bit like a loving father concerned for his daughter's insomnia. "I thought you were asleep," he said, stepping in. "I was. Had a bad dream," you said softly. He walked in and sat beside you on the bed. You immediately felt calmer. He smelled like cedarwood and coffee. His presence was oddly comforting, and it made you hate yourself even more for ever doubting him. He glanced at your laptop. "What's got your eyes so wide open this late?" You hesitated. I was just surfing, and some blog popped up. Nothing important." He tilted his head. "JK?" he said, reading the bold text on your screen. "Still trending, huh?" You shifted uncomfortably, unsure how to even bring it up. I was just scrolling and stumbled on it. It's weird. I mean, even his name, JK and Jungkook, kinda similar, don't you think? He looked at you and then he laughed, fully heartily. You think I'm the ghost king of Korea's underworld? He teased with a dramatic gasp. Darling, I apologize before killing a mosquito. He let out a small chuckle despite yourself. He continued with mock horror. I mean, sure, I'm the CEO of Gion Enterprises, but I can barely sit through one board meeting without checking cat videos. If I were this JK guy, God help the criminal world. You smiled, his tone, his grin. It was so natural, so Jungkook. Maybe you were wrong. He looked at you affectionately, brushing a strand of hair behind your ear. I mean, he continued playfully, if I had that kind of power, I would at least stop paying taxes. You let out a small laugh despite yourself. He laughed too, like he was always did around you. The same laugh he had when he made pancakes, when he beat you at board games, when he cheered at your graduation, and suddenly you remembered how he married your mother when you were 20. How he never once made you feel like an outsider. How he would wait with soup whenever you had your period cramps. How he would look at you with proud eyes when you achieved something. Tears filled your eyes. Stop reading scary stuff in the middle of the night, Sully. It's messing with that brilliant head of yours. You hesitated, then your voice cracked a little. Can I say something? Always. He smiled. You looked into his eyes, soft, warm, trusting. I know I have been cold lately, distant, even rude maybe, but I just wanted to say thank you. He tilted his head slightly. Thank you? For what? You took a breath. For being there, for everything. You came into our lives when I was 20. You didn't try to replace my dad or force yourself into anything, but you filled the space. You made my mom laugh again. You gave her peace, and me? You gave me a father I never knew I needed. You were the only one who stayed after mom died. You held me when I couldn't breathe. You brought me back to life. You may not be my biological father, but you have been more a father than anyone ever was. You protected me. You never made me feel unloved, even once. Jungkook looked taken aback. His face softened further. You have been more than a parent. You are my safe place. Your voice broke. Even now, even after everything, I look at you and I feel like maybe I still have family. There was a long pause. Then Jungkook leaned forward and wrapped his arms around you in a deep, warm hug. You are my daughter, he whispered gently into your hair. You always will. You will always have me, darling. He whispered against your hair, always. You closed your eyes, tears forming. You didn't see it, but behind your back, Jungkook's eyes flicked back to the still glowing laptop screen and his lips twitched. A small, dangerous smoke. He came to punish you tonight, to finally start pulling the curtains. But this was more fun. He would play that doting father a little longer. It's so much more exciting when they love the monster. Looks like I'll be keeping this game alive for a little longer, he thought. He pulled back from the hug and gently shut your laptop. Alright, he said, ruffling your hair. That's enough JK drama for tonight. He stood and tucked the blanket around you like a real parent. You smiled at the gesture. Go to sleep, sunshine. I'll make you pancakes in the morning. He turned to walk away, then paused at the door. Seriously though, he added as he turned towards the door. Stop reading about Jackie. You might end up dreaming about monsters hiding under your bed. Then he paused, looked over his shoulder. And what if the monster was already in the room? Some monsters don't like being watched. You blinked. What? What do you mean? He went. Sleep. I'll make pancakes tomorrow. Strawberry ones for my darling. He leaned down, kissed your forehead, then your cheek. Good night, sweetheart. And just like that, he walked out and closed the door behind him. You were left staring at the ceiling, trying to make sense of his strange words, but your body relaxed under the weight of the comforter. And as your eyes drifted shut, you whispered, maybe I was wrong. You open your eyes and unlock your phone. You click on the chats, still nothing from Sam. Your fingers hesitated over the screen, but then, with a sigh, you unlocked it and began typing a message quietly under your blanket. Sam, call me tomorrow. I have been thinking maybe you should stop the investigation. I really think I was wrong about my father. You hit send and whispered softly, I hope it's not too late. The scent of vanilla and fresh coffee drifted through the hallway, pulling you out of your light sleep. You blinked against the sunlight pouring through your window and sat up slowly. For a brief second, everything felt normal. No nightmares, no blood, no haunting headlines or Sam's unread message. Just the smell of pancakes. You dragged your tired body from the bed, brushed your teeth, and padded barefoot to the kitchen.